which I know is controversial. I don't wear sunscreen, and anytime I do an interview, I get a lot of shit when I admit that I don't.
Hi, dermatologist here. It's one thing to take risks with your own health, it's totally another to use your platform to perpetuate pseudoscience, so let's hear it.
So, talk to me about the health benefits of the sun and why we maybe don't need sunscreen. I
We've
know.
literally spent our whole existence as humans under the sun all day
I
until
know.
the last 100 years or so. And now we're
Mhm.
like shut-ins, spend 93% of our lives indoors.
This is incorrect! I know this isn't my area of expertise, but it just took a simple web search to turn up that the oldest indoor dwelling that's ever been discovered is about 1.8 million years old, meaning it predates humans. Our species was not outdoors all the damn time, ever.
However, we are living quite an inflammatory lifestyle.
Mhm.
So when you're internally inflamed, the sun can kind of aggravate that, and you don't have the
Oh.
antioxidants, you don't have the reservoir of antioxidants to combat that potential for oxidative stress, right? So
Okay.
It really gets to me when people just talk about like inflammation and pro inflammatory lifestyle. I've said this before. A lot of people think of inflammation like a scale, like it's a ruler that you can measure how inflamed somebody is. And really, it's more complex than that. Inflammation is really more like a spider web. There are different kinds of inflammation. There's different inflammation that can happen in the body, and some inflammation is actually protective against negative health outcomes. However, whenever you come upon somebody who, in my opinion, may be a health grifter, they will use these terms like pro-inflammatory lifestyle. What does that mean? What's causing the inflammation inside? Also, inflammation and oxidation are not necessarily the same thing. So, like, I don't get it. Also, the way that our skin protects itself against the sun naturally is not just through antioxidants.
Okay.
if you live an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, you take a lot of antioxidant supplementation, and you work up your base coat in the sun, you can start to tolerate the sun instead of burning.
We already covered the inflammation point. Let's talk about antioxidant intake. There is no good data showing that antioxidant supplementation will lower your risk for skin cancer. There's probably several reasons why that is, one of which being research methods. So, most of the time, you're not able to do an actual randomized control trial looking at people who took antioxidants and people who didn't, or what was in people's diets specifically. However, I came across at least one study where it was a randomized control trial and people were given an antioxidant supplement, and the people who got the antioxidant had a higher risk of developing a squamous cell carcinoma. So, like, the opposite of what this guy is saying. I'm not saying that taking antioxidants or eating more antioxidants will give someone skin cancer. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's basically no research about it. His last point here about building up your tolerance to the sun, what other sources have called building your solar callus, that is damaging your skin. Anytime that your skin tans, there has been some sort of UV induced damage there. Is melanin protective against sunburning? Yes, it is. But by that point, the damage has been done.
Astaxanthin is the antioxidant that is specific to the skin, and that can help. It's like an internal sunscreen.
Cool.
No, it's not. The majority of the evidence that we have for astaxanthin is in vitro, meaning like in test tubes and petri dishes. Either that or it's in animal studies. There have been some small human trials, but they've been measuring things like skin hydration, markers of inflammation, and the signs of aging. As far as I'm aware, I looked far and wide. There is nothing out there about astaxanthin protecting your skin from burning, reducing skin cancer risk, etc. There is no replacement for sunscreen, and other forms of sun protection, including protective clothing, hats, sunglasses, and trying to be in the shade when you're outdoors. I've said it time and again, but like anybody can say anything and like apparently don't have to back themselves up. I wish celebrities would do better with their platforms. Vet these people before you have them on your freaking podcast.